Tuesday. Today is Monday, August 11th. Let me go ahead and send the link out to the chats. It's the first trading day of the week, so let's get it started. All right, don't need that anymore. Let me go ahead and drop this in the Discord. Don't need that anymore. Let me send my boy to WhatsApp. That's my alarm. 7:45 alarm. Go ahead and close that up. Let's try to load up your USD in the meantime in the background. Let's put that back. And then we can go ahead in the meantime, go ahead and cancel all the tasks that's probably gonna make the stream slower. All right. Okie dokie. Discord can go, Dropbox can go, all the HP ones can go. iCloud definitely can go. And Microsoft Edge can go. Store can go. Software with that. OBS has to stay. Phone link can go. I don't know what is gonna resume, but that can go. Settings. Start can go. All right, and that looked like everything I need gone. And I don't think we are still lagging. Interesting enough. I still haven't turned down the bit rate of this video. I should try to do that today. Think I just probably bring it down from 1080p probably to 720. Probably be less, but it works. It been working how it is already, so I might not. Depends on what quality it is when it does. All right, so you guys know what the first thing that we do every morning. Every morning we go ahead and check news. Since today's Monday, August 11th, we don't have no high impact news and we don't have any bank holidays. Um, uh, like I say every day when we are looking at news, we don't look at news to make any trading decisions or trading bias. The only thing we look at news is the time when volume or liquidity is going to come into the markets, or if it's a bank holiday, when to not trade because there won't be any volume or liquidity in the markets. And that's about it. And then, this week we're gonna have core CPI and PPI. I have developed or I have theorized a way to trade it where I could avoid spread as much as possible and avoid stop outs as much as possible. But we'll see when it happens, right? And there we got that, and then what? Oh, that's enough. That's enough for news. I was trying to think if I had anything extra. but I don't. And then we go ahead and close that out. Let this one load. It's not gonna load unless I'm watching it because I guess like the way that Chrome is to save power is not gonna load it up until you actually need it. And then when you're not looking at it, it blanks it out again, and then it tries to refresh it once you try to get back onto the page. All right, guys, so you already know that I have my MT5 terminals, my MT5 applications on a computer on the cloud or VPS hosted by forexvps.com somewhere in Sydney, Australia. I have a computer that has my MT5 so that just in case I lose internet connection or if I lose power, since I'm living in Turks and Caicos, which happens commonly, it does not affect my EA and it does not affect my indicators. It does not affect my trading outcome unless I'm not able to change any settings that I need to change before trading. And that's what I'm gonna do today. I'll have two accounts open. I have an FTMO $200,000 challenge that I'm trying to pass, and then I have IC markets with about $400 in it. That whenever it gets over 100 some dollars, I just withdraw the money just to prove consistent profitability. I want to do that for a few weeks, and then like you could do it off a percentage basis. Like if I had $4,000, it would be what $1,000 a week. If I had what $40,000, it'd be $10,000 a week, so on and etc. In the FTMO challenge, I'm trying to get up to 20,000, and then when I get to the verification phase, I got to get up to 10,000. Um, which I can. I'm just working on the best way to have my EA running, and then once I get the best way, the account's gonna go up for sure. Um, I'll probably switch it back to a different method, but for now, it is good where it is. So I'm skipping steps. Let me slow down a little bit. So the first thing I do when I'm looking at my MT5 terminal, I want to make sure algo trading is pushed on. This is that green button right there at the top left hand side of the screen where my mouse is, where it says algo trading. It should have a green triangle, and then to the right on your USD chart, you'll be able to see where it says freehand EA. I want to make sure they have the blue, like a graduation hat. Make sure that that one is blue and not white. So that means the EA is running properly and ready to execute. The next thing I do is go to my extra list and I go to the properties and parameters of the EA to make sure that I didn't change anything the week before and it is trailing the way that I needed to. The week before I did get the right parameters, so I did get the right parameters, but on Friday I had the new trailing stop parameters, and this week is gonna be a full week of me watching that the trailing stop parameters work. And then hopefully they work as is. So on the FTMO, I'm trading a risk percentage. That risk percentage is gonna be 2.53%. No, it's gonna be 2% per trade. Um, of the account, and that's pretty decent. And then my risk reward is going to be 2.53. That's going to help me trail my TP, have my stop loss large enough, and then allow me to have my buy stop and sell stop, all accounting for spread. So whether we have news events or whether we don't have news events, and there's just increased amount of spread that I'm not gonna be affected by the trade. And then also, I'm sure as a trader, if you've been trading for any given amount of time, you notice that sometimes price taps the TP or stop loss that you originally had it at, and then pivots away. So it's always good to give it a half a pip or an entire pip of distance just in case it's not a tap out away. But if you're trying to get out of a trade like a TP, you probably want to get it a pip closer so just don't try to get close to your TP and then turn back away. Um, which is gonna help the efficiency, the effectiveness, and it's gonna help the profit and loss of your profit loss, win loss of your what you call it, of your account. So I'm gonna make sure the rest of the settings are open price buffer is gonna be 6. I'm gonna change that when it is CPI. I'm probably gonna change it to 11. I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna explain why after tomorrow. Trade time is gonna be 1500 based off of my broker. That's gonna equivalent to 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Close at end of the day true. In case I do not hit TP or SL, I'm going to close the trade automatically at 4:30. The EA is going to close it. All these settings are going to be set to false. And then I also have my new trailing stop settings that I'm testing out. Interesting. why wouldn't this close? Okay, because I have this open. I have my new trailing stop settings here. So normal pip trail, I'm gonna use trailing, that's gonna be set to true. The trailing is gonna activate at 15 pips. First move is going to be at break even, which is 0, and then trailing step move is gonna trail. It's gonna trail the stop loss 16 pips every time markets move 10 pips in my favor. So I use the 16 pips. It's supposed to be 15, but I had to add the 1 pip price buffer, and I want to see it work in real time. Yesterday I didn't give it the chance to work. I was frustrated. I made a psychological error by manually closing the trade, which I should never do. And then markets actually went to a 1-to-1. But I already closed the trade, so I wasn't able to watch it. But this week I'll be able to watch it. Make sure that it is trailing price 15, well, 16 pips behind every time price moves 10 pips. Um, 10 pips in my favor. And it's not going to move backwards if market moves against us. It's just going to get stopped out. And then the rest of the settings have to be false. So that is well and done. Close that again. Let's see if I can close it. Now I should be able to close it. Perfect. And then you guys can see the indicator, the key price levels indicator on my chart here. Represents the ADM candle open with a black line where I'm gonna place my buy stop and sell stop, which is 5 pips above and below the ADM candle open. Actually, 6 pips above and below. That's including spreads. And then all the green lines represent 10 pip intervals above the ADM candle price, and then all the red lines represent 10 pip intervals below the ADM candle price. And when price reaches those lines or those levels, they send notifications to my phone. So if I'm not at the computer, I'll be notified when important price moves happens, or if I'm in a 1-to-1, so on and so forth. If I got into a buy stop, a sell stop, and it also identifies those price levels for me on the right hand side by labeling them as well. The yellow arrow is just pointing at the ADM candle open price when it does update in the next few minutes. And then all the lines are going to adjust to the new 8 a.m. candle open price when it is printed at 8 a.m. Let's go ahead and go to my IC Markets account. All right, my IC Markets account, same thing, same procedure. Make sure algo trading is on. We have our green triangle. Make sure the EA is on. We have our blue hat. And then make sure our parameters are correct by going to experts list, properties, and the inputs. So on the live account, I start off with a point 0.7 lot. Usually that is going to be worth like $100 basically for 15 pips around there. Um, what, a $7 a pip? Okay. What's 7 times 15? I should know that, right? $105. All right. So instead of $105, and then I scale in if markets are moving in my favor for a point 0.3. Well, I'm gonna do a point 0.4 this time. So we're doing a fixed lot. Fixed lot is going to be 0.7, and then we go to risk reward, which is going to be a 2.53. Stop loss is going to be 17 pips. Open price buffer is going to be 6 pips. Trade time 1500. Close at end of the day true. Close time 23:30, which is true. And let's go check out our normal normal pips trail is set to true. Activate when we're at 15 pips. Bring it to break even. No, 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 no. Should it be break even, or should it be? Okay, I'm gonna figure out how can I get it to be 1 pip below break even to accommodate for spreads. I'm gonna ask the guys how to set that settings. Ask. All right, that's our 2-minute warning that we're going to go ahead and the EA is gonna execute in the next 2 minutes. Ask programmer how to accommodate for spreads. So what's gonna happen is I'm now gonna have to manually just bring my stop loss back a pip, but I'm gonna have to ask the guy how can I have it just 1 pip below just to accommodate for spreads. Trailing step, every time markets move 10 pips, we're gonna trail the stop loss 16 pips behind. No, okay, yeah, that one is good. It's just the first move is probably gonna be a little tight, right? Right. I can ask. It's always free to ask. All right, guys. We have about a minute until markets execute. So let me go ahead and prepare myself. Double check everything. We're on a 5 minute. Let's go on the. Now we go on to 1 minute and just zoom in, just so you guys have a better view of how the E executes and everything like that. Let's go on IC markets and do the same thing. Now we have 30 seconds until the EA is gonna execute. But the IC market was already at 1 minute. So what's gonna happen here is in the next 15 seconds, my EA, which is called the freehand EA, is gonna execute a buy and a sell stop. The indicators are gonna update, and it's going to place the trades for me. It's gonna give me the right entry, stop loss, exits, and lot size without me having to touch it. That's why I got my hands behind my head, and booyah. The EA has executed those trades for me. Properly managed the position. And it's going to do everything I needed to do when I needed to do it. That's pretty nice. We damn near popped up about 2-3 pips instantly. I like moves like that. That means that you probably are going to have a good day. Markets continue in that direction with no drawdown. Let's go ahead and check IC markets to see if it also executed. IC markets executed. As you can see, IC markets don't have any spreads. They're not even charging me commission, bro. This is the IC markets for me is the one. I haven't had any problem with it. Spreads have always looked pretty nice. It's fair because when news does come, spreads do widen. So I can't really complain. But yeah, FTMO that's the trickster for you right there. Let's see if we have drawdown. There goes some drawdown. If it doesn't draw too much down, then never mind. But it can do whatever it wants to do, guys. Remember, we already let me move my face out of the way for you guys on the YouTube live stream. All right, so like I was trying to say is we already accepted the trade. Once we place the trade, we accept it, win, lose, or draw. The only thing that we're working on right now is our execution, making sure our trade management is pretty good, and we're not making any psychological errors, like I did on what you may call it, like I did on Friday. I don't know why I clicked Elgato, but why would it? Interesting, interesting. Let's see what we got here. But as you can see, the yellow arrow has updated, identifying or pointing at where the 8 a.m. candle open is, and then the lines have adjusted. Right now, the 8 a.m. candle open is at 1.16. I need glasses. 1.16288. Let me write that down so I could just. I'm gonna forget it. 1.16288. Trail. Oh, break even SL to account for spread. I think that's the only trade management decision I'm gonna do. 50 pips, my bad, guys. Excuse me. But our entries and our TPs and our stop losses are well placed. I'm very proud of that. And since we don't have news, we can expect to get into a trade, whether it's a buy stop or a sell stop, 5 pips above or below price, within the first 30 minutes. When it's news, it's usually in the after 30 minutes or 28 to 25 minutes, or longer, depending if we have 10 o'clock news or 2 o'clock news. Um, yeah, and we're outside of summer markets as well, so we should have some liquidity going on. And like I said, all of this is on a probabilistic basis, so don't take my word for it. Finally, nope, that's FTMO. That's most of that spreads. All right, after we could go ahead and wait for price to go ahead and execute a buy or sell. And in the meantime, we could review last week. Last week was week 32. We had a range of 170 pips, 5 trading days. We won one, two, three. We actually won I actually won 4 out of 5. But the crazy thing is, right? We won 4 out of 5, but I didn't make any damn money. No, dude, we didn't win 4 out of 5. We won 3 out of 5, but I didn't make any damn money. And this is why I did all the work on the weekend. I'm going to put the math in. I'm gonna put the probabilities in where I'm gonna have to figure out how to trade these weeks because I know how much winning trades on average I can get a week. It just depends on what day that it lands on, and then how much extra profit does it give us, and then how I manage the trade based on the win-loss sequences within that week. Basically, I know how to get to the profit. I know how to get to the money, but the work is serious, bro. The work is serious. It's some serious work. It could be more efficient. I don't have the best computer in the world. I don't have the best brain I do have the best brain in the world, but it's not the most. It doesn't work the most efficiently. Yeah, my brain probably doesn't work the most efficiently. I need to fine tune this motherfucker too. But yeah, so we had Monday was a loss. Tuesday was a winner. That's when we had profits, and then what? Wednesday was a winner again. And then how in the fuck did I end up damn near break even? Let me go check my All right, guys. I believe either we went back to what you call it, break E. I mean, 8 a.m. can open. Oh, yeah, we hit our sell stop. Actually, we are now in a sell position, as you can see from the bottom of the screen here. Let me move it for you. At the bottom of the screen, we are in a sell position. I can go ahead and open the my iPhone so the people on TikTok can see. We're in the sell position. And the E has automatically closed the buy position in the opposite direction. Um, yes, yes. Let's go see what IC Marcus is saying. Yes, IC Marcus is also in the sell position. There we go. Now we could zoom out a little bit. Let's see what's going on here. So we're in a sell position. We didn't break and close. There's some decent support over here. I guess we're still in a consolidating within a range. Maybe CPI and PPI is gonna help us break out of this range. Do I believe that we're gonna break out of this range today? Probably not. Probably not. Okay, so we got in the sell position, so I should have this one ready on IC markets to go ahead and execute. Uh, I should be ready to go ahead and execute another sell position at 1.16. Oh, I need that. Oh, 1.16089. This is in the pending order. Nah, I'm gonna wait till what happened with markets because sometimes I might get stopped out for I can put a sell stop regardless. I might get stopped out or I might go to a 1-to-1 sell stop. So I gotta be prepared for either or scenario so I don't need to put a stop loss or price yet. I gotta wait to see. But I'm gonna leave this open though. And that's what's up. All right, now we go ahead and finish talking about what it was talking about. No, no, no. I can go. I need to go back on there. There goes my webcam. I need to go. Actually, I need to go back on the VPS, and I need to figure out how the fuck did I lose. All right, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. What the fuck? Oh yeah, okay, okay, okay. That means that the week before I was coming in at a loss. The week before was I coming in at a loss? I must have came in at a loss. Yeah, I must have came in at a loss the week before. Then I got my 5 racks back. Then I got my 2 racks back. Yeah, and then the next trade. No. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I got it. I came in at break even, right? I came in at break even, maybe a small loss, right? Then the Monday was a losing trade. I lost 4.2 on Monday. Then I made 5.7 on Tuesday. Then I made 2 racks on Wednesday. So this is like okay, and then that's break even again if I lost 4 racks. And then I made 2 racks. You see, that's what I'm trying to do, right? I understand, right? Every day you have to factor in. Every day there's 3 factors. So since today is Monday, right? The day from yesterday, right? That means I'm coming in the week with a profit of 2 point. What I'm coming with? I'm coming in with a profit like 2.4. Let me show you guys if I go to my trade. That's that. Okay, that's the way I'm talking. I'm gonna remember it, right? So depending on the day you are. Since today's Monday, there's 3 days we are that is in this equation. The current day, the day before, and the day that's gonna come up next. Based on my account balance. These are gonna be 2 separate equations. One equation is gonna be based off analysis. That's gonna be the price action that happened within the day. Today, yesterday, and what's going to happen in the next day, right? Then the equation I'm talking about right now is our account. Nah, what can I call it? So we have the technical analysis, our trade analysis, where it depends on our account balance. When I'm doing technical analysis, that's in regards to what the account is. This is in regards to what actually happens in the markets. And then when I do my trade analysis, this is going to be in reference to my account size. So the decision I'm making in the trade is going to be based off of how much money I have in my account, what's my profit targets, what my loss, my max loss, so on and so forth. Those decisions are going to be made off the price action. The trading, the technical analysis is just gonna be indiscriminate. It depends on the price action that happened within that the day before, the current date, and what might happen in the next day. But it's not indiscriminate of the account balance. It's just actually looking at what actually happened. Now, what I'm talking to you right now is based off of my account balance. So today's Monday. We came in with a 2.5 in the account profit, right? We came with 2.5 in account profit. If today's a losing trade, we are going to subtract that loss minus or add or with and deduct the 2.5 from it as a little buffer, right? So that'll mean that instead of having a full loss, it could be like you could be considered more than like a half a loss, and then that means that the way that I trade tomorrow with expectations of it being a win or a loss is how I'm gonna approach the day. Since today's Monday, I think it's supposed to be a base way that you have to trade a Monday. You do couldn't calculate the day before and then project the day after, but right now I'm looking at it. So we came with a 2.5. Let's see if we got a win or loss today, right? I guess we're back at break even. You might not understand what I'm saying, but I know exactly what I'm saying. I see what's going on here. Me, I see. All right, and we're back. Okay. All right. Now I understand how I could be at 2.5 and not more than 2.5 because of the Monday loss, right? And then we weren't having like big winning trades. How the fuck that I made 5.7? Okay, I made 5.7 on this. Okay, I got tapped out. I got tapped out by like a pip on this one, so I wasn't able to trade. That's why I got the 2 point something. I see what happened there. All right. You see how everything started making sense after you know all the probabilities and outcomes that happen? Let's go ahead and do some slight copy and paste technical analysis work. All right, guys, I believe we officially hit the first bearish level 1 line, which is going to be 10 pips below the 8 AM candle open price. And also it's going to be 5 pips in profit for the trade. I'm going to clean this over as well. Bro, there were some days, I don't know if you guys probably experienced it, but there were certain days where I didn't know what the fuck was happening. It was like my thought process and my emotions and my psychology was really in the realm of gambling. Even though I kind of knew what I was doing and I had a stop loss on my trade, I didn't internalize the loss. And then second, I didn't know all the outcomes of what price action can do while I'm in the trade. So while I was in the trade, what the markets got went in my favor, went against my favor, so on and so forth. Had my emotions were attached to it. All right, look like we're dropping down a little bit lower. We are up what, like 1 point something on the FTMO or something. As long as price don't pop, I should be good to go back on IC markets and go ahead and see how I'm gonna trade. All right, next thing I need to do is copy over the label of the day and then the range of the day and line it up. I really think I have the best form of analysis, bro. I honestly, truly and honestly believe I do. I do. Once I get this shit like just refined a little bit more, I'm telling you, I'm goaded. I'm him of the shit. Shit. Let me do something right quick. Nah, I'll just do it manually. That's pretty much. But Marcus is moving though, so I gotta be prepared, dog. Yeah, dog. I got to be prepared. Let's see. Let me just prepare myself a little bit. If a computer worked faster, then I would be able to do it for you guys, but my shit be tripping. And sometimes markets pop and it goes like 10 something pips. Shut up. Alright, so we do have that ready. We have to have our sell stop ready to go ahead and execute at 1.16089. 1.160. If I'm gonna get at 0.89, I need to get it one pip away, right? 1.16079. 0.79. We're gonna have our stop loss one pip above the break even price at 1.16349. 1.16349. And then we're gonna want our TP to also be at the same exact price. Motherfucker, that means I have to trail. I gotta manually trail the stop loss on. I have to manually trail the stop loss on the trailing position. And I gotta get the programmer to go ahead and incorporate that as well. I don't know if it's easy for him to say, okay, if I manually place a trade, yeah, I gotta say that. If I manually place a trade, trade management can apply on or off. I don't know. If I manually place a trade, can we have the trailing stop activate apply for it? This nigga gonna be like, why the fuck? No, he's not gonna say that. He loved money too much. The TP gonna be the same as the original trade, so it's gonna be 1.15799. 1.15799. And then we got the sell stop price. 1.16. Drop down to the 1 minute. Make sure that it looks better. In me eyes. In me eyes. Yes. Yeah, we good. We good. We good money. All right, since we hit that this one right here, we are okay to have a retracement back to the 8 AM candle open price. without having any cause for concern. And yeah, we're up like 2K on the FTMO account, so that's good. And how much? mm, The wait a sec. Oh shit! And we up $50 on the IC Markets Live account. I was about to say I'm up 2K on IC Markets. I would have. She. She. Would have closed that motherfucker. All right. Let me stop playing around. All right. Let me reset the chart scale. Ooh. Ooh. All right. Looks a lot better now. We could get this here, and we could delete this from saying day 5 because it's now day 1. Dos unos. What? 3-day calculation, parentheses, 3-day equation. All right. 2 trains of thought, which is going to be analysis, and the other one will be trading in reference to account balance. Win-loss sequence, and then price action. That's what I have to study. Oh, a lot of study, a lot of study, a lot of study. All right. And then we said price open at 1.16288. 1.16288. Pop, pop, pop. Uh, Acareto. And then bullish level 1 is going to be at 1.16388 if we add 10 pips, which is 0.001. Pop, paste, change the 2 to a 3 since we're adding 1 or 10 pips. Copy, paste, paste. Let's double check I got that right. Yeah, 388 it is. And then since I don't have a bearish line, I'm gonna make one. Uh-huh. And then that's gonna be 10 pips below 16,288, was gonna give us 16,188. 1.16188. Copy and paste. All right, and then we have our buy stop, which is gonna be 5 pips in between the bullish level 1 and ADM candle open. 5 pips, so 1.16288 plus 5 is gonna give us 1.163. 8 plus 5 is gonna give us 13. 1.16338. Let's see if I'm right. Yeah, 28, what? 28 plus 5 is gonna give us 33. 16338. You know how I go with the simple math. You give me a quantum equation, I could do that. You give me addition and subtraction, I start key. It's the double guessing myself is the problem. I think that's the problem. It's either double guessing myself or moving faster than brain be moving faster than my hands could type or my mouth can say. I was right. And then you could go ahead and just subtract 10 pips from that buy stop line, which is gonna give you 5 pips below the can open. Yeah, we just retesting that. Not nothing serious. Not a serious notification. Which is gonna give us 1.162 238. It looked like I done lined it up already on the right coordinates anyways. 1.16238. That couldn't be 1.16238. It's gonna be one. No, I'm right. I'm right. You see what I do? You see what I do? I told you the double guessing. And I was really close too with how I placed it. All right, and then we could go ahead and explain what happened. So markets in the first 10 minutes ended up going lower, past the 8 and what markets opened at 1.6 and 288. 10 minutes in, we went down 5 pips, at 1.16238, executing a sell stop. Then we ended up going lower about 5 more pips, and we hit our first level, which is going to be bearish level 1, which is going to be 10 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open price to the downside. Now we committed to the a sell position. We do have 15 pip range. Markets did move a lot, so not a lot, but a decent amount. So we got a lot of price buffer before we get stopped out at around 1.16398, which is a pip above, right? Like I said, markets go ahead and retest the 8 a.m. candle open. I could Fibonacci this for real. I try not to use stuff like that, but I'm a all right. So like really what I was seeing is that this is a safe place for markets to retrace um after hitting the first bearish level or the first bearish or bullish level. The entry price is a safe place for markets to tap and pivot. The 8 a.m. candle open price is another safe place to tap and pivot. And then we get into the danger zone when we get to what 10 pips drawdown or 5 pips away from the 8 a.m. kind of open price on the opposite side of where you entered into a trade, whether it's a buy or sell. And then anywhere around this range, the probabilities of that being a losing trade is extremely high. Now we have seen on many occasions it get a pip away, it taps the level, or it taps our stop loss and pivots back around. So that's neither here nor there. She said it feels like a very first time. Ugh! She said it. Oh yeah, since we have the first bearish level 1 tapped, we can go ahead and project the next zone in the next 10%, 10 pip increment lower, which is gonna give us 1.16088. Crying, crying. All right, this is gonna be bearish level 2, which is 20 pips away from the 8 kind of open price, which is gonna be 15 pips away from the entry of the sell stop, and also gonna be a uno to uno, a 1-to-1. Do I have anything else to do? Nah, cuz. Let's go ahead and go back to I guess 2 more minutes until 8:30. 8:30 is still when the New York session opens, and we probably might see some movement in the markets, at least 10 pips. Hopefully it's not a drawdown. Um, so since we actually went 5 pips in our favor I'm not gonna get into a re-entry if markets go ahead and hit our stop loss. No, 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 no. I got the stop loss of my trailing position at the wrong place. I put it. It's supposed to be one pip above 1.16239, was gonna 1.16249. That's why it sucks to be the person manually taking the trade. 1.16249. 1.16249. She said it feels like the very first time. She said it feels. What we at? Back at break even? There could just most definitely be a break and retest of what you can call the lows. If we could go ahead and drop down and break below, that would be nice. 8:30, guys. 8:30. 8:30. But since we have news events, I doubt we'll do something like that. Alright, we have retest the entry. And that's definitely a fine that's definitely a fine, what you call it, retracement. We could go ahead and retrace the 8 kind of open. That's still a healthy retracement, just a pause. This is also a retest of a break of structure. If we continue on this downtrend, that'll be okay. Excusez-moi. All right, I'm probably gonna end up using the bathroom for a quick second. And then when I come back from the bathroom, I'm gonna show you guys what I have been working on. In the meantime, just to have something to talk about, right? And stay tuned. You guys are gonna love it though. You guys are going to love it. I'm taking my phone with me. All right, just stay. And watch this, guys. Marcus love when I turn my back. That's when it decides to actually move. When I'm sitting in front of the computer, it wants me to yap as much as I can, as much as I can, until my mouth gets dry. Pause, and then move. But duty call. I'm back. I'm back. Hopefully, you guys didn't miss me too much. I was trying to say, tell the guys, hopefully, you'll make a double bottom here. And then reverse. We just make a continuation and continue on lower. Damn, these niggas done gone. Man, you're not cut for this, bro. That's all I gotta say. View is not cut for this, bro. Y'all wanna see fat. Nah, I ain't gonna do it to him like that. I ain't gonna do it to him. You're not cut for this. I don't. All right, guys. The most important thing that we're looking at today is we're going to watch to see if markets can. Oh, we're gonna see if the EA could trail our stop loss when we get to 1-to-1, and how does it trail our stop loss? Huh? All right. So market's gonna do what it wants to do. Let's go ahead and look at what I've been working on, which is probably like a continuation of what the playbook is. You pay for Microsoft Office. All right. I think I made a did a live stream yesterday, but nobody watches my live streams on the weekend, so that's neither here nor there. So basically, what I did first of all was I documented the price activity that happened within the price activity that happened. No, the news events that happened for the week. So week one, which is the worst week in trading, which is like coming off of New Year's Eve and Christmas and all that stuff. Markets, there's certain days that markets are closed, and the weekend falls in between there, and all types of other BS. There's certain days that markets aren't open on the New Year's and stuff like that. So it's avoided. So actually, week one only had 2 days, which is gonna be that Thursday and Friday of the first week. And that was January 2nd, January 3rd. January 2nd was a Thursday, January 3rd was the Friday, and that's the end of the week. Only had 2 days, the range of 149 pips. They're usually losing trades for everybody. Unless you got into a winning trade, then uh, all praise to you, right? And then yeah, so that's what it was. And then I already did a lot of it, but I'm just gonna briefly go over. This is week two. These are all the activity that happened within week two. So you got day one, day two, day three, day four, day five. And then we have the entire overview of the week. These boxes are going to represent whether it was a bullish trade or a bearish trade, whether the buy stop was hit or the sell stop was hit. The outline of the box is going to represent whether it's a winning trade, we did hit a 1-to-1, or a losing trade, we didn't hit a 1-to-1. And the sequence of it happening, which I have to document, like day one was a win, day two was a loss, day three was a win, day four was a loss, and day five was a loss. I really think the most important days are going to be 1 through 3, and then depending on we're trying to recover losses or we have some decent profits from 1 through 3, you could go ahead and trade days 4 through 5. But I believe in the next few weeks, if not eh, a minimum of 2 weeks, right? I believe I'll only be trading 3 out of the 5 days, if not, if anything, right? When I start working on what's the high probability trades, it's first easiest thing to figure out is which day is usually a winner. By looking at all the days, you just figure out which day end up being a winner throughout. And then you figure out which day is usually the most profitable. I really think Tuesdays usually the best for all markets. Tuesdays, usually when the majority of people are making money. And then I did it for every single day of the year from January to current. So if we're on what week we on? Week 30, what week we on? Week 33 or week 32? Let me double check. Jeez Louise, I hate this. How slow my computer is. Alright, let me do this. Scrunch your ass up all the way into 0. Go to 0. Now I'm being like, go ahead and figure out. Oh my God. We're on week 33. God damn. So if we're on week 33, each trading day, okay, instead of, so 32 weeks, they had 5 days. 32 times 5, what? Gonna give us 110? No, I'm tripping. 160. Let's double check. I ain't the best with that. 32 times 5 is gonna give us 150, and then the the first 2 days, well, January 2nd and January 3rd is 2 days. So it's gonna be 152 days that I have documented. 30 32 weeks that I have documented in that Word document right here. So every trade, every outcome, all the price actions, whether bullish, bearish, 10 pips, up, resets, and everything. I've documented all of those. Now I have to go back. I got to make sure. So some of them are kind of not accurate. I got to go back and retouch up on a few days, not all of them. And then I'm going to figure out um do 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 figure out how much money potential profit was there. How did the my trading strategy how did my trading strategy perform in each, and I'm gonna start optimizing it based off on what's the most profitable outcomes, what's the most probable outcomes, and I gotta figure out how to lose less money and how to re-enter into trades. Uh, yeah. But basically, I could explain visually without even knowing the price coordinates. What type of trade did I get in? What type of trade did I get in? Whether it was a win or a loss, and then how much extra profit from a trading stop of a 15 pip trading stop, trading 10 pips behind, what, 16 pips behind, with a 10 pip step, am I gonna be making the money with? Yeah. But like I said, I thought I was gonna go ahead and do that on the live stream, but I'm not because the OBS and the VPS by itself is gonna make my computer go slow. Okay, we just hit something, so let me go check what Marcus just did. It's gonna make my computer go slow, so there's not gonna be no sense in doing that. We just retest the first bearish level one. Hopefully we continue on lower. Let's go to the 1 minute on the MC5. Eh, but if we retrace, ain't nothing I can do about it, right? Mm, 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 Nope, that's a higher low. Got a low, a higher low. Hmm. Oh yeah, I can put the profit loss over here. Guys, look what I found with all these. Markets are retracing back again to the entry. Clean out, whole crew is back. Excuse me, cleaning ladies. Is it any way to quit watching NBA basketball? Quit watching sports that are dominated by African Americans? Quit going to Mexican restaurants? You want white culture? You go fucking live in it. Ouch. This stupid.
I don't sourdough. I didn't chase it. I gotta taste it myself because I don't know if you lying to me. I'm like, because it's serious. I'm gonna try I don't know if it's gonna make me tomorrow. I have problems. Dang. I get my job. It's gonna come off of his birthday. You know what? If I was Johnny and niggas was talking about I'm splitting the money between three different teams, fuck no. Kiss my ass, nigga. Just put all y'all niggas down with the skill set because I'm just that fucking good with the team that I prepared. They were gonna win the tournament, bro. Said nobody was stopping them niggas. That nigga Johnny team was literally looking like professional paintballers, gang. He was not gonna lose to pretty little things or pretty little or Starstruck. I ain't gonna lie, if I we are gonna start, bro. If you had a good choir growing up, bro, chances are your choir director was probably left-handed, bro. Sure. Like if your choir director was not, he was different weak ass choir. For sure, James Harden MVP season at my church. Oh man, my choir director used to get down. I was in. I ain't bullshit, bro. That's a true story. It's like, especially amongst black people, bro, grew up in the church, bro. You've seen that your whole life. So being weird about it, bro, go play the fucking music, bro. Get your real fun, bro. Why did they come into pause like what we man, never mind. What? What are you talking about? Where did that stuff be coming from, bro? Like me? Yeah, bro. Why you say, bro? He was in your feet, bro. He was killing it. Fucking the pulpit. Real true. Dang, bro. Every time they innocent, he ain't even wear it, bro. People wear his own shit. That's fire. Crazy. Yeah. So shout out to him, man. That girl. What you do? Not to fire. I read. Well, that's. I said 75 minutes. Crypto in it. Crypto. How do you crypto, man? Right? You want to see, though? We'll split. But they ain't nothing. Fix your drawers. Darling, I know it's very beautiful. One this day, I'm on my phone. What? Don't sleep. You wanna go dubs? You never been to Dubai? Dubai down the road, Dubai. How much is that? Let me know how much it is. I put it. You in my pocket. Take out whatever amount of cash you need. That's yours. Step. Ain't gonna ride. You gonna play? Take it out, man. When he comes back. Uncle Tico. Only go though. Improvise, only go though. What can I see you there? And I could tell the whole dog. I said, I'll shot him. What you do? 9 to 5. I read. Well, that's. I said 75 minutes. Crypto in it. Crypto. How do you crypto, man? No? We'll split. When they drawers. Hey, darling, I know it's very beautiful. On this day, I'm on my phone. What? Don't sleep. steady here just making fucking videos, and I'm looking at niggas who don't even deserve it. Every fucking week, I get this. If I just would have tried a little bit, I could have had an M in my bank account. I gotta watch motherfuckers I hit every weekend. Don't take advantage of the opportunity and just go out there and bullshit on the fucking grass. That shit really be true. I be doing this shit for like the videos and be funny and shit. Some of this shit really be triggering me, bro. Like niggas actually get paid millions of dollars, man, just to go out there and do shit like that. Mind you, some of them niggas trying to get a job. They trying to make the roster right now. And it's like, fuck it. Like, look at 39 and 32. Like, what do y'all do, man? Like, what do y'all do? He barely touched you. Look at you. Barely touched you.
Right in the graph.
Good ass man. And then number 32, I don't know what the fuck happened to you. I don't know what the fuck happened to you. A gust of wind hit your ass. And, I don't know. Like, what the fuck happened to you? Like, look. Oh, my God, man. Just two niggas just bullshit, man. But it's good for the coach because it's easier to cut niggas. It's easier. You know, you ain't got to think about it too hard. That 32, 39, I see what you did. You out of here. Cut your ass. Bye-bye. It's easy. God damn. Right. So what next week? Right. What to say? What was the music? They started to cancel music. No. Because when y'all started making women pay. Because at the end of the day, when I started clubbing, the women got it free and the men paid. Why? Because us women bring out the men. Men come because they know there's gonna be girls there. And as soon as y'all started treating us like boys, it wasn't fun no more, okay? Anytime you go into a club and you first walk in and you scope the scenery, the first thing, this is how you know it's going to be a bad guy. When you scope the scenery and you say, dang, there's a lot of niggas in here. There's a lot of men in here. And not enough women. Every one woman, there's like 10 niggas. That ain't fun. Like, that's the thing with you. Like, you might need to go somewhere else. There's too many niggas in here. And I'm not going to stop. Please get the fuck off the solutions. You know it fucking right. And then y'all said us as women, we're being dramatic. So who gonna be the men? Who gonna be the boys? And that y'all have to be bitches. Y'all still on that fucking stage like the creepy hoes that y'all are. You ain't got enough. You got too much pride to tell a woman that you love her, but you ain't got enough pride to be embarrassed when that man is telling you to get the fuck off the stage and y'all sit there looking around like, oh, he's not talking to me. He's not talking to me. Yes, the fuck he is. He said, I appreciate this, but if you're not on the album, please move. Now, I'm sorry, gang. But if you're not from Atlanta, technology is getting smarter and smarter. Eventually you're gonna get caught and you're gonna do some years. Cause I literally could have lost my life today. No bullshit. If one of them niggas would have had a bad day or whatever, would have yelled at me a different type of way, and I would have said something. You never know what the fuck could happen. It could have been bad. You feel me? It could have been. This is a joking matter now. It's cool to talk about it, tell the story, have a story time, whatever the fuck. But in all reality, it's just something like you really need to be too advanced. It's just something like you really need to be too advanced. Right to the men that keep them wrapped up in my lure. Let me tell you what happens. In their mind, they see me. They're like, yes, I gotta conquer this. See that ass on her? I need that. Then they get over here. And we start chatting. I'm really chatting. I can ask them person questions. I can ask them about their childhood. I even go as far as saying, like, what do you like to do? Like, I'm showing them interest. They're like, hold on, I'm not used to this because I know how to reciprocate energy. They get into this place where they're like, hold on, this is actually kind of fun. We go on dates. We read the Bible together. I'm asking the personal questions. They're asking me personal questions. Reading the Bible. I'm cold. And guess what my fucking phone is? I gotta talk to you on me. Why like you want? And guess what my fucking phone is? You really still there? I'm not. We're getting to know each other on a different level, right? I started saying, like, come on, I see some inconsistencies in your childhood. This is where I think that we should start. Because we can build here. I can get you here. To my mind, I think I can fix everybody. That's my problem. But you know what? I don't see it as a problem. I see it as a gift. So we go through this whole thing. And I started saying things like, it's okay. For your next birthday, we're gonna have you a Spider-Man party because your mama never did you one. She didn't have the money because your dad left her, and that's not her fault. That's not your fault. You deserve that Spider-Man party. And then you in your heart say, I do want a Spider-Man party. So you start liking me a little bit more. We start going out on double dates. We're doing all the things that you want to do because I kind of want to see the kind of person that you are. So I let you bring me into your work, your world. You're so happy, you're so excited. But remember, you did not come over here with this intention. You came over here to set that compromise. Now you got all these loose ends that you never tied up. Me personally, very hard to circle up. It's very intentional. I see stuff and I get to calculate it. Next thing you know, I see you. These are things you should not be doing. I confront you about it. No, she did not bring me peace. She's not being accountable. I did not sign up for this. Suddenly everything is on that. Everything is horrible. This is not what you wanted. You're not ready for this. This is too much. But instead of you could have just said, my bad. Listen, I didn't come over here with this intention, but I kind of got wrapped up in your lore. And now I am trying to cover some loose ends. I did not mean to start this with you, knowing that I had stuff going on. Like this apology could have changed the whole trajectory of this entire situation. Because me, myself, if I don't have any loose ends to wrap up, I can understand. Inclusive thoughts tell them. These folks, what the fuck is that? So you telling me a nigga was like, ain't probably the least one? I'm gonna do it. This nigga did this shit, bro. It's no way. Inclusive thoughts tell them. Can you please come? What the fuck is that? So you telling me a nigga was like, hey, bro, when the police come? Nah. This nigga did this shit, bro. It's no way. See this around. Holding you. And when you're laying me down, get up to you. That's a big killer. You get slipped on the field. And they reach you. I kids are like Justin Jefferson and Maddox talking to son on FaceTime last night, and his mom told me she was like, "Oh yeah, one of the kids came up to me and was like, hey, you Tyreek Hill son?" He was like, "Oh, Justin Jefferson, my dad." So I got him on FaceTime. I'm like, so Justin Jefferson is your dad? He was like, nah, dad. I was like, well, tell Justin Jefferson to take care of Disney. My kids are like Justin Jefferson fanatics. Do you know that your first sale isn't about getting rich? It's about proving that you can do it. Once you prove it, every time you're not supposed to be with me, you're gonna keep finding out information. G.O.D. You could be at the fucking supermarket. You're gonna hear the bitch in the next aisle talking about how she's fucking your nigga. It's a Tuesday. Every time you're not supposed to be with a man, you're gonna keep finding out information. Gio, does anyone else hate a man who'll be like, well, what do you think? What do you think I should do? I'm just a girl. Let me tell you something. If people was to really get on this internet and start talking about stuff, you would realize how slow and behind that you are in this economy. So I was watching this podcast, whatever, right? And this guy, I forgot his name, but he's some billionaire guy. He got rich three or four times, went broke three times, and ended up being rich. So he was talking about how to reach stay rich and how to reach is getting richer. And he said that the way most people is getting into real estate,
Oh Lord, man.
they never sell it. They borrow against it, and then they, put it in a trust and get it to the kids. So I look online, ChatGPT, hey, buy stock. I already did that. Never sell stock. Never sold nothing. Borrow against. This is what I got. How do I borrow against stock? So I asked ChatGPT, how do I borrow against stock? ChatGPT said you got to open up a margin account so you can take out margin. I go and I look over the little glass, like where drivers see that, or the police car, and I read the laptop. Nigga, the laptop said black Mercedes AMG. Man wants in GTA himself and everybody at the paintball place. That's what it said on the laptop. That's what the call said. I said it to say they had it specifically on their car. If I wouldn't have walked over to Ed to ask him if I'm or tell him that I might want to stream later, I wouldn't have been in this predicament. I go and I look over the little glass. You gotta know what I was saying, guys. You should never, ever, 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 ever have. यहाँ पे गोल का चार्ट आप यहाँ पे देखें कैंडल्स अब अगर आपने यहाँ पे करना है एनालिसिस आप लेगा कि यार ये कैंडल्स साथ साथ में थोड़ी है प्राइस निकाल जाना है नहीं hey, one thing I don't see quarterbacks be doing nowadays. Apparently, they're romanticizing being a teenager in 2016, and honestly, they should. That shit was like the roaring 20s for our generation. That shit was good. The average weekend of 2016, I'm literally going to the party. The address I got on Snapchat. I'm in a car, actually tour, like screaming that shit with my location off, knowing that we'll be home way past curfew. That was back when Instagram was still lit. We had girls start popping off, memes were trending. There was no TikTok, there was no brain rot. People actually could talk to me. This cheap and affordable San Homo will get me touched. Want to get touched? Keep watching. Kyle, Kyle, you will sleep again? How long you sleeping for? Get up and go and do something. Yeah, man, we just come to this like let's play us. I was tired when I heard you in. I just want to say that little nigga that's from Sting Team right now, I don't know if he know, but him and his homie was finna get they ass. I just seen that. I'm like, bro, what I tell you? I said, I don't know if I don't know if he banging on Rampage. I don't know if he didn't know who Rampage was, cause I could tell the way he was like, he just thought it was a random nigga streaming. He seen the phone, and he was like, oh, Sting Team. Like you can tell, cause like me personally, if I see Rampage, oh, my nigga Rampage up here, you know what I'm saying? Like just the scenery there, but he wants the old nigga to talk about some. Hey man, y'all be what he say? Hey, y'all be safe out here. Wasn't he say that 3, 4 times? It's like, hey, y'all be safe out here. The fighter did the word out. Yeah, y'all be smart. Oh, and they ran into him and didn't know that was the fighter. Yeah. Cause his son knew he was finna have to get out there first. Rampage is telling niggas y'all stay smart out here, but he getting locked in. No, he like, hey, life. Y'all say y'all learn smart out here. Like that's how you knew. I'm like, oh my god. That was a sneak team and they throwing some shit up. The nigga like, yeah, y'all stay smart out here. Yeah. No, the other nigga smart. Yeah. You got replacements. He was like, that's my shit. Oh my goodness, boy. I just want to say, shit, seven. I just betrayed one of the highway. This is the only breed of dog in the Caribbean. I don't care who tells it. This is it. I don't care what other dog you see. This is the only breed of dog in the Caribbean. This is the official Caribbean mutt. Brony, this guy right here, only dog. Indian. I'm trying to make you want to fucking salad. I don't give a damn what you eat. I ain't one of them niggas who'll judge y'all what you eat. Should have ordered some back bread. I want to see that shit. You've been trying to make you want to fucking salad. I don't give a damn what you eat. I ain't one of them niggas who'll judge y'all what you eat. Hey, good looking baby cream. Call me. Call you. I don't call you. It's gonna be baby cream. All y'all think the same on this game. I'm finna show you. I'm so finna see motherfuckers that's not from Detroit. Like, be like, why do you do that to school? Like, school don't do nothing to nobody. Are you sure about that? Or you motherfucking sure about that? Then y'all talk about, oh yeah, school about to be done making Lash Tech music. The nigga's second mixtape is the
I gotta take this phone call. Hello? Hello?
bitch. I know him from I can't never keep a bitch because I'm real and I grind it. I taking on my pros to the trap. It ain't time to shop. Streets made me lose my mind a lot. Let me find it. I'll see on the side. I'll see the dog kind of shop. Wait a minute, because how do I look at it? That was damn near like a prophecy. Like, that shit was on shade room. That shit was on spiritual word. That shit was everywhere. How the fuck up? Put me on the shade room. I'm sending all kind of shots, and that nigga was all over the shade room talking about my shit. Remember when the song came out, but I know like it had to be when I was still in high school. And it's
All right, let me get locked in. All right then. Shoot, just a lot of inactivity. Ain't nothing really going on. Just gonna wait. Like I said, this time I'm not gonna make the same mistake of being impatient. We're gonna let it ride out. All right, we're gonna let it ride out till like 12 o'clock. We're gonna see if this trailing stop gonna work. Holy, whew. My auntie, bro. Sometimes nigga be trying to send you baby pictures. I ain't trying. Hilarious. Hopefully, markets start moving lower. We ain't been doing shit. camaraderie.
She be, I want to watch me. Like you, streaming for 47 kids. Why do you always do that? Always trying to slow me up. Like that should make me sick. But it's something it is because I can't do it over here. Upset this one shit. Yesterday I didn't do it. It takes say everything. You say no. You say consistent. I'm saying like this. I was not gonna miss 2 days streaming, bro. I told you I'm trying. It's about you. No, it's not about me, bro. Like I'm saying, there are messages. No, I'm sorry. I'm not being selfish. You know when you always bring up bull or whatever, like I'm saying, why would she be? Why should be the only one streaming, right? Like, you're your best mom. You lost your best eater. I let her go. Why'd you let her go? Well, you can't eat me up like that and not take me like serious again. Wow, that's disappointing. Yeah, you can't eat me up like that and not be like, yo, you want to come to family cookout? Yes. It wasn't like I was dating a girl and then found like, oh my god, dude, you hit the jackpot. You got the that's like in the Willy Wonka gold ticket. Yeah. If you wife a girl, she see clues that y'all get start having sex, you like, oh my goodness. You know what this one was like? She was referred to me for her service. Like home. She's like, yo, your knees won't fucking lock. I was like, word? Huh? That's all. Yeah, that's you got me like my knees gonna lock. I think about it from time to time. You do. I'm a first time mom. My daughter, she's 2. But yes. Mommy. Yes. Did you finish your dinner? Did you finish it?
Man, consolidation.
If I get one more fucking pretty in the mail, I might actually flip my switch. And let me tell you why. Like, I'm talking about not flip the switch, I'm talking about flip the switch. If I get one. This is 4-year-old Lane Luviana. She's the one that broke this case open in September when she snuck one of her sleepy stickers out of the classroom. She kind of pulled her little shorts and said, "Look, nice sticker." When Lane's mom, Lisa, saw the sticker, she thought it was strange and asked her daughter about it. And the teacher gave it to you where she put it. What's it look like? Lane's dad says he's known something was wrong since school first started. They never notified the parents. So Lisa took matters into her own hands. She reached out to the other parents in Lane's class and sent them pictures of the patch to see if their kids were getting the stickers too. I showed it to my 4-year-old, and she said, yes, that's the sleeping sticker. And if you read the ingredients on them, it has a lot of, I mean, it's just things I've never even heard of. And they're giving them drugs and they can sleep to keep them quiet. Najala Abdullah tells us she noticed changes in her son, who told her he'd been getting the stickers too. She says he'd been crying, stopped eating, and was bringing home lunches that he hadn't touched. You think it could be a crime? Most definitely. Yeah. This is for your. Call it like a call it. Stand if you want. My fucking year. Almost on my mind. You're cold. Somebody tell you right now. Ask you to me. Ask you to. I'm about to pop around the corner with a camera crew of 11 and inform me that I'm first victim of a crime treatment. It's going on with me every time. Sick. Good. Start to think. Stop calling. Oh, stand. What's wrong with black people choosing to be slaves? He was not lying. Because when people watch this documentary, they're going to prove him right. They're not about to be occurring from jumping in the water and being impaled. If you didn't get impaled, there's alligators. If you didn't get bit by or ate by an alligator, there was water that could drown you because it was moving and there was stuff in the water also. Apart from alligators, if you died from that, you possibly had your head by the first responders who were sent in, not to help, but to literally blow people's heads up who were boasting about it, right? And if not that, clan members who were boasting about it as well. Oh, I forgot. Between fight for your right and play play, right? Yes, that's correct. You just said to me just there. Okay. I know. Just take a minute to get up and that gas. Just give somebody anytime for that. People are not there. Don't play. What's
to say it again. We gotta do it again. All right, guys, these are one of the situations I was talking about where we really don't do anything that serious. And how long we in? Well, about an hour and 45 minutes in. We hit the self stop. We got 5 pips, a little bit, 5 to 10 pips in profit, or a little less than that. And then we consolidated for about an hour. We retest the entry again. We're gonna see if we're gonna get a retest around this range and then pivot back. But if not, we'll get they'll end up being a what should we call it? It'll end up being a losing trade. Like I said, if we do get a 5 pips in profit this way, I won't get into a re-entry on the opposite side. I want a clear reversal. I want one that's fast too. That just shows that it's an invalidation. But like market activity or market structure like this, where it just held the level, and probably create a potential support, I wouldn't give it. I wouldn't give it a re-entry for anything, especially since we have a CPI and PPI news that's going to be coming up in a little bit. Um, that is going to affect the trades. So let's see what it's going to do in a little bit. All right. Get you right. I'm gonna get you right. All right. Let me talk to you guys right quick. So what happened was a lot of bullshit. We actually got official rejection at the entry. No test of the 8 a.m. came back down. Um, I would say it looks a little bit better that we're gonna continue lower, at least to get a 1-to-1. Yeah. Now I'm really feeling. I'm not really feeling the re-entry now, but I might still be feeling the re-entry. I might. I'm on the fence with a re-entry. We ain't got no news today. We got CPI, PPI. We still in consolidation. And I can't even draw a dot on here. It's just been fluctuating. We just been fluctuating. But I feel like the odds are going to be higher for us to get that 1-to-1. Like I said, focus, 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 Jonathan. We're not focusing on profit. We're not focusing too heavy on profits. We're focusing on making sure that our trailing stop and our trailing parameters are working and accurate. That's what we're focused on. We're focusing on not really just the 1-to-1, but we're focusing on our trailing parameters and our trailing stop settings or stop functionality in the EA is working properly. And that's what we're watching. And then here we go again with the BS from the markets. Now, I'm not gonna make any trading decisions, though I am, bored as hell. And I'm just sitting down here watching markets fuck around. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna sit on my hands and let markets do what it wants to do. And yeah. I'm not gonna do but wait. Nothing we can do but wait, guys. This is what you signed up for. This is what live streaming is. If you guys would have been, if it was an active community where people were asking questions and engaging, then I can understand that. But that ain't it. This ain't that. And I really want to wait on the stream to finish so that I could go and free up some computer power so I could continue working on what I've been working on. Um, yeah. I'll tap in with you guys when we hit the next level or next 10 pip increment, whether it's a retest of the 8 kind of open or we reach bearish level 2, which is going to be at 1.16089. All right, guys. So our stop loss did end up our stop loss did move. No, the stop loss should be right here, right? This is the stop loss I had. Stop loss did move to break even, but I see what's going on. So the stop loss moved based off of what? Price has to move. Price had to move 17 pips instead of 15 pips. Cause I did see when we go. Okay, I see what happened. All right, move based off of trade size. I don't. I know what. Okay, I see what's going on. I got it. All right, and that's a beautiful move to the downside. Since we move very rapidly to that downside like that, I wouldn't be surprised if we get a retest of the structure level right here. I'm gonna go ahead and trail that stop loss back again though. I need it to be right about here, and then I gotta fix it where it doesn't go exactly at a break even. It goes a little bit behind, just to protect our just to protect ourselves. There we go. Perfect. All right. What that's 10 o'clock took about like 2 hours to get to a 1-to-1. That's a good little move right there. Stop loss properly trailed. You could go ahead and project clone. That's gonna be 1.5980. I hope they get it right. Let's move that around a little bit. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if we got some activity going down, guys. Oh, wee. Well, don't take no money back now. I ain't gonna give you no money back now. But in terms of trading, we can't lose no money, so it's straight. We can lose a little bit in terms of like commissions and pit, but ain't no real loss. Still consider that just insurance for the break even. All right, guys, I'm checking with you guys when we get to the next level, or if we retrace back to 1.1618 now. Ah, why the fuck do you want to do that to me, huh? We did catch it on the live stream. Oh, turn back around, motherfucker. Hey, okay, I see what's. I think I was kicking. No, I wasn't. I was kicking my webcam camera, but I wasn't. Hmm. I thought I was gonna catch it on camera of it hitting the next level, but I didn't get it. Time is right now 10:30. Let's see if we can catch it on the live stream if it hitting that level. So close, so close. Uh-uh. I like the way it adjusts. When it adjusts over like that, might be going down. Mm-mm. Let's see what we got going on here. I thought I was gonna catch him. I thought I was gonna catch him. You know how markets go. Open price buffer. Open price buffer would probably going to be like, yeah, 11 pips. All right, we might get it this time. Come on, come on, come on. Drop down low for me. There we go, guys. There we go. I think we needed one more pip for markets to move down lower for um our stop loss to actually be trailed, but I can go ahead and did it? It redid it again? It moved my stop loss again by itself. Plus 5 pips. It's gonna give us 1.1. A little bit over here. Did it do it? I don't know if it did it or not. But I'm not gonna move. I'll move the IC markers. I'll leave the FTMO. Let the EA manage that one so I can see the difference. Cause this one has two different. Which one did I move? Yeah, I moved that one. Let's go on FTMO to see if we can catch that move. Let's see if it moved. All right, we did catch that move, guys. So we just gotta subtract 1 pip from that move, and then we should be good, guys. And I don't like how tight that stop loss is. That stop loss is too tight, guys. Feel like it moved that stop loss 10 pips behind price and not 15 pips. Really trying to get it here. Yeah, it did the same thing. It's trailing the stop loss 5 pips behind price and not. It was trailing price 10 pips behind price. Man, I feel like I don't like to say I feel like, but mm, money on the table. I don't like leaving that like that, bro. Especially since market like to reverse. So we hit bearish level 2, which is 20 pips below the 8 a.m. candle open price. Let's see how markets react. All right, let me just make sure my stop losses are at the right place that I need them to be, and then I can chill out a little bit. So 1.16089 plus 5 pips is gonna give us 1.161. What that's two? What is take only two? 139. 1.16139. Oh, almost closed that vision actually. Wait, 39? No, 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 no. I have to add 5. Yeah, I had to add 6 pips. My bad. 1.16149. 1.16149.
Boy, who ran is be iron, boy? I wish I had catch it before they get it. Niggas been at it for 30 minutes. We were just banging the shit out that boat. Boy, who ran is be iron, boy? I wish I had catch it before they get it. Niggas been at it for 30 minutes. Man, shut the fuck up, Nikita.
Jesus Christ.
Start.
Good morning, Kirkston Kickers. We here on Reach Street in Providence, Charlie. The Eagle was notified of a female body on the ground there, just lying. So far, no police officers here. We received notification. Eagle received notification at least about 20 minutes ago. It took us some time to drive from Blue Hills to 5 Keys, and still we have not seen any police presence. There
At
is
all.
a body on the ground right there.
Why did it move my stop loss back to where it was? Or did I never move this? Did it really it moved my stop loss back? Let's see if it did. The other one didn't. Come on. Let's drop down and get our eagle on, man. There we go. There goes some profits, guys. There goes some profits. That's moving that stop loss by itself. Yeah, it's moving the stop loss by itself. Take that money, go to the bank. Be out of there. Alright, I'm out of there for the live account. Let the FTMO trail though. Let's see what's going on. I gotta probably that's for that EUR. Let's see if I stop it from keep modifying my stop loss. Will it now leave it where I put it? It should leave it where I put it, I guess, right? Or should I take off the EA and just manually trail it? Well, I left some money on the table with the live account, but I ain't complaining too much. Let's go and see. Let's go ahead and project the next bearish level to the downside here. Clone that over. That is going to be 1.15888. Lucky numbers. 1.15888. Copy. Paste. Boy, should I need that bread, right? Mother flipper. Give me a second, guys. Let me get the authenticator app out. This one's pissing me off right now. Mother shit. Damn. Not bad, guys. Hmm. Guess I'm gonna have to update my bank info. Give me a second. Uh, there's something on a different browser, so you niggas don't scam me out here though. That bitch don't got USD. Why the fuck would I? Why the fuck would they try to send me euros? Blah 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 blah. You see what this shit try to do to me, bro? Made it like I have maybe closed the live a little bit too early, but let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Let me see if I can get him a screenshot of this. Thanks for liking the stream. We should be up. They say I should be up on the FTMO in the meantime. I'll take it. 6 racks. I'm out. 2.8. That's cool with me. Anything over 5 racks, I'm chilling. Um, Let's see how markets move. Let's see if we continue to retrace or what. See what markets do. If markets gonna go ahead and just take a brief reversal and then turn back around. Nah, it's 11 o'clock, so I'm probably gonna end the stream and I'll update you guys tomorrow on what happened. I definitely need to be doing some work in the meantime. I can't be on a computer all day. So thank you guys for all watching the stream today. I definitely am gonna take note that I manually close these trades. I felt like they were gonna turn around. Not a great reason to close a trade, but we had some decent profits and I just got out. So that's what it is, right? All right, thank you guys for watching. See you guys tomorrow.
Shit. I was talking.